It started with the phone calls. Every night at exactly 2:17 a.m., Samir's phone would ring, showing an unknown number. The first few nights he ignored it, assuming it was a prank, but curiosity eventually got the better of him. When he finally answered, there was only breathing on the other end, slow, ragged, and wet. Then, a whisper. "I see you." Samir laughed nervously, telling himself it was someone messing with him. But the calls kept coming, night after night, each one growing longer, the breathing heavier, and the whisper closer. One evening, Samir decided to trace the number. It led him to a derelict house at the end of a street that hadn't seen life in decades. Windows were boarded, and the door hung crooked on its hinges. Against his better judgment, he stepped inside. The air was thick, smelling of rot and decay, and the floorboards creaked under every step. On the walls were words scratched in haste, "Don't look back." He laughed nervously at the childish warning, but his laughter echoed back at him, distorted and cold. As he moved further into the house, Samir felt the temperature drop. His breath came out in misty clouds, and shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally along the walls. Then he heard it, a scratching sound from upstairs, like fingernails dragging across wood. He froze, heart pounding, every instinct screaming at him to leave. But before he could turn, the whisper came again, right behind him. "I'm here." He spun around, but the hallway was empty. The staircase to the second floor groaned under his weight as he climbed. At the top, a single room had its door slightly ajar. Inside, the walls were covered with photographs of himself, taken from angles he had never known anyone could see. His own terrified face stared back at him from dozens of frames, all with the same whispered warning written underneath, "You can't leave." The temperature plummeted further, and a shadow detached itself from the corner, creeping toward him silently, its form shifting and fluid, like smoke given shape. Samir ran, but the house seemed endless. Hallways twisted impossibly, doors led to places he had already passed, and every time he thought he found the exit, he ended up back in the room with his photographs. The whispering voices multiplied, circling him, laughing, crying, screaming all at once. He stumbled and fell to the floor, his phone slipping from his hand. The screen lit up, showing the caller ID, his own number. The last thing Samir saw before darkness consumed him was a pale, smiling face leaning over him, eyes black voids, whispering, "You'll stay with us forever." When neighbors reported hearing screaming, police arrived to find the house empty, the front door wide open. Samir was gone. The only sign that anyone had been inside was his phone, lying on the floor, still ringing. Unknown number. Exactly at 2:17 a.m.